Boom, here we are. We're going to see Until Dawn on opening weekend.
Wow. Yeah. How long has this been, did you know about this for a while?
We saw the preview like a couple months ago.
Okay, I don't remember seeing that.
It looks like it's different than the game.
Yeah.
We're both big fans of the game.
I liked it.
It was literally the first game I ever platinumed on PlayStation.
It was the first game I got on my PlayStation.
Oh, itchy nose.
That was
yeah.
It was a long time ago.
I really like that game.
Yeah, they remade it.
They just did a remake of it.
A remake of it, and I wonder if that's in
for PS5 and everything.
And
who knows?
I don't know. Promoting it. It seems like that could be one of those. If this does well in the theater, this could be a perpetual
I didn't
franchise.
rewatch the newest trailer or anything.
Yeah.
But I heard on a news show that I watch on YouTube, and I try not to even look at or know about reviews of anything.
Yep. Try to
and he
avoid
said
them.
it's got middling reviews. So.
Okay.
So
Well,
that's the only, and I was like, oh, don't tell me that. So
I have no idea what to expect. I just hope they
rated
don't
R.
completely fuck up the entire. Well, I mean, it doesn't seem like the actual game.
It's not
anything like the game. So why are
the
they
game
using the
has
IP
these
in the name?
fucking Wendigos?
Yes,
right?
it does.
Because it's got the same actor who's like the psychologist.
Yeah, but that's not enough to
I know. Yeah.
we're grasping at straws here.
Yeah,
I think that's
But so the story goes.
pretty chintzy.
It is. Yeah.
A reason to use the same name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's a completely different movie with nothing in common,
This one looks
then why
like
are we?
They keep. I don't know if you ever seen Happy Death Day or Happy Death Day 2.
No.
It's like a Groundhog's Day thing. Where
I might
the
have
serial
heard
killer
about it.
fucking murders her, and then she wakes up and has to go through the whole day again.
Yeah.
That's what I think
It's
this is.
a group of people in that movie, isn't it?
In Until Dawn. So
no.
there's some crazy serial killer, some sort of thing where they're trapped.
I think I'm gonna hate this.
I think I am too.
I think I'm gonna. My stomach just went.
I got strong tarot vibes.
Yeah.
And you know how fucking much I like that one.
It's, I can smell that in the air with this one.
I got a whiff.
I'm not. We'll see. We could be proven wrong, but if I had to guess, it's probably going to be a 5 for me.
Here's the thing: no matter what
Probably.
happens, if the dialogue is written good, it'll be better than most.
Than anything that's
in the same genre.
Anything
Yeah.
3 or less, probably.
Yeah. We'll see. Because
I don't know.
that's the problem I have with a bunch of teenagers getting together, because they don't seem believable.
Well,
as a bunch of friends.
It's almost like you need to hire a bunch of teenagers into the writing room and be like, all right, just talk to each
How
other.
much room do I got? I feel like I'm sticking
You got
out.
some room. I wouldn't get too much close.
Ooh.
Baby.
Oh.
But yeah.
One time I did that in a parking lot. I was like, man, this asshole's parked into my space. And I did it, I hit him. And I was like, oh.
I guess that's as close as I can get.
Look, there's no scratch, but I was like, I felt the whole thing like, oh, shit.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
All right, well, I don't know. I'm gonna shoot a 5 out there. I think it's probably gonna be a 4. I'm hoping it's at least a 5.
I'm not going to even fucking
Try
wager.
it. Just throw a number out there. Be like, it's probably a 3. Just say it.
No.
Just say it.
Because you know what's going to
You know
happen?
it's gonna be a
I'm going to
3.
say it's a 3. Because I already fucking know it.
Well,
I don't want to be on that mindset.
It's almost like, why do we go to these movies? Because most of the time we are absolutely not. When they're bad movies, we already know, and then we're like, but
I have a really bad tendency to just shit all over movies too.
I
So
love it though. I love your rant.
well, anyway,
great, man.
we're gonna let you go because
All right, guys,
it
yeah.
starts in 3 minutes.
Yeah, we're
so
gonna be late, so peace out.
see you soon.
Oh, shit.
Boom! We just got back from not seeing a movie.
Not seeing it. We were so not close. Actually, we were whatever. I don't know how to explain that. So he gets in line to get some food, and I'm like, I'm gonna go check out the theater. I go in there and. Okay, so let's preface this. There's like a wall of children everywhere you look. And there's kids everywhere. And like, what is going on? And like, we thought it was Star Wars at first.
I did.
There isn't. That's not a time frame that any of those movies are.
Yeah, we
right
look.
now.
The next one's at 7:15.
Yeah. So we're like, what is going on here? And then I go into the theater and I'm watching all these kids pour in and out. They're just like an ant.
And we're going to see a rated R movie.
And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. He said theater 4.
Yeah.
So I go in there and I'm like, there's kids, there's popcorn everywhere. It looked like Gremlins, you know, that scene where they're like,
Spike and everyone.
Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck? there's a few people who work for the place there and a teacher, and they're along the wall, and they're like, "Are you here for until dawn?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's this?" Like, "Well, sorry, but that just got canceled about 30 minutes ago, and we moved it somewhere else." And he's like, "We just found out." I'm like, "Well, how does that happen?" He said, "It's a teacher of a middle school, like an entire school showed up and it commandeered the theater," and it's like, you can just do that? Was it a mob? Is this like a riot? I don't know what happened. It was really weird because I think it's super fucking rude to just be like, well, screw you.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
We rushed to get here. We fucking did all this stuff. It's really fucked up parking because there's a rap show going on. And it's like...
So, however...
So, here's my story. I was like, you come on a theater, you're like, hey, dude, fucking, it's canceled. I was like, what? Figure it out. And I'm sitting in line because I'm super peckish.
It got moved somewhere else. I'm like, oh, so maybe they just put it in another theater.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, after I tell you that, you're like, well, let's go figure that out. I'll do that, and he's going to get some food still. He's still in line because you got to remember there's like 50,000 kids in there.
Dude, so I'm in line, sandwiched between like, there's like 4 middle school girls and 4 middle school girls, right? And they're all friends. So they're all fucking talking across me, and I was just
you're
like,
in the middle. You
dude.
could maybe like squish them together, and maybe you could pop out one of the sides. It doesn't matter where it's
It was horrible. And I was like sitting here, and they're like, oh my god. And then one of them starts. This literally happened. I don't even know what shitty pop song, but she's like, and then the whole fucking lot of them are like, I was like, what the fuck?
I hate our culture.
That's awful.
Swear to God.
But at the end of the day, we went back, got a refund. So got a
the guy was happy to do it, and then he's like, by the way,
4 passes because they fucked up. So we get 2 free movies in addition to me not having to pay, which is good. So
it was great. So it was a win.
We came out ahead.
He didn't spend an exorbitant amount of money
$7 water and $7 hot dog.
Yeah, no.
That's what I was gonna get.
So we just decided we made.
Truth be told, Marcus has fucking phenomenal food.
They do.
If you buy the food, not hot dog style.
Yeah, like the short.
On their snack menu, they got nachos and a hot dog.
Yeah, that's not us.
But I was like, I don't know.
It's barely food.
Well, because we're already running late. We got there right at like 2 minutes to. And then I was in line for 20-something minutes to try to get a water, basically. And he's trying to figure it out. I was like, I don't know. We're going to miss the fucking beginning.
I don't understand how, like, just think about it. The theater, the head of whoever runs this place and is charged with, like, or it's a franchise. Yeah, he's probably like, dude, we'll make a fortune if we just cancel, like, those 10 people that were going to that shit movie. That's the one that nobody's going to. And then the middle school can come in. School, like, literally an entire school is in that building right now.
Dude, for real.
What the fuck?
And they were the line for concessions was so long. It was so long. I'm so glad you came and got me because I was like, I was so sick.
He was so close. And then we
so
would have
sick
had
of
to
being
sit
in line
there and eat.
Yes.
Wait for you to finish your mood and then leave anyway. There's actually a bar in there, and I would have been like, fuck this.
Shots.
I'm doing some shit.
Shots.
Anyway,
this is a long intro.
We tried to report. That's what happened.
That's literally what happened.
So
we're going to see it tomorrow morning now.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a really long review because now we're going to just
happen.
Yeah, we're gonna see it tomorrow morning, like around noon, and then that'll be that.
And then you'll get your review.
I got all these fucking sweet passes now. We're sorry. Marcus
I was
like, sorry.
I was livid, and I was like, I told him I got some choice words for this one.
Yeah, right.
And then they were like, here you go, and we're like, well,
I was gonna be.
Okay,
I was
you
like
won me
super
over.
pissy. I was
I was like, how can they do that?
We're in line to get a refund, and I was
everything.
just fucking cussing like an asshole. And there's kids around. I was just
fuck it.
I was getting so mad.
Get out of here, you little rat! Move it, bitch! Like these little kids.
I wasn't doing that, but I was cussing, and I probably shouldn't have been because this has never happened in all my years.
I guess if you're a teacher and you want to just take you just automatically.
We gotta let you go though, because this will be a 10-minute intro.
Sorry, guys.
Or a fucking 12-minute intro.
See you sometime way later.
It'll be tomorrow. So, all right, see you guys.
Not really.
Yeah, we saw Until Dawn the next day. We saw it, and all I could say is we were watching the end credits, and there's like this pop song, and it's like da 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 da, And then we just kept singing "Poopy Poopy Pons Pons." It was like we're like the only people
You're
in the theater.
repeating that for the internet to know forever.
Poopy Poopy
God
Pons
damn it!
Pons.
I was hoping we could keep that a secret.
Right.
Shit.
It was not a good movie. It had redeeming qualities.
It did.
But
I'm surprised.
It sucked hard a lot of the time.
So, as I assumed, it's super trope heavy. It's the same shit over and over again. I think the premise is a little. It could have been executed better. It's not uninteresting.
It was
It's not
interesting.
as dumb as I thought.
Visually, it was really good too.
It was, yeah.
The first half of the movie, every single person except for the Clover character sucked horribly at acting.
Yes.
And then for some fucking weird
don't know.
reason,
They just-
the second half of the movie, they all got way better at acting.
I don't. I think it's another writer's problem with terrible dialogue, and that they're like trying to execute and
That's the
It
first
was
15
really
minutes. I was
bad.
like, oh
and it was
no,
this like
growing the
hey,
movie.
let's do some slide some exposition in there, and like they're just it's all in the dialogue, and it's
so forced.
It's exactly it's forced
absolutely
and
terrible.
inorganic.
The first 15 minutes is just
You're just
absolutely
like, we know who that
groany.
person is now because they said it in a weird way.
They just talk to. They're all the best friends in the world. They would never repeat. They'd never talk like that. Like,
No.
well, you're only jealous because you used to date her and she dumped you. And he's no, I dumped her. And then
Yeah, and you're like, okay, we know their dynamic now.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're like, and who's the new guy? And blah, blah, and she dates people.
And I'm a psych major, and then like, it was awful.
It was terrible.
The first, like 15
I
minutes
was groaning
sucked.
and just so much. It was.
I'll tell you this though, the
fucking
movie
awful.
gets right off. Like
It does.
it gets going right away.
Yeah.
After those first 15 minutes, like then you're just like it's just so much fucking better after that.
It is. There's some cool effects in this. I think some of the ideas that come out of the story are kind of neat. And
Some of it is, yeah.
Some of it's, and there's some funny shit. As soon as the funny
I
shit
fucking
started
laughed.
happening, I was like,
I laughed out loud a lot.
let's go. We
Yeah.
got a movie here
Yeah.
now. And it started to turn me around because I was so turned off in those first 15 minutes, like you said. Oh, my God.
It's worse than the first 15 though, because it actually, after all that
Yeah,
exposition
I mean-
shit, it carries on until the night's like
It's
probably
just-
night 3 is when I'm like, okay, okay.
And it starts to like loosen up a little bit.
It did, yeah.
And breathe a little more, and then like the characters are kind of more self-aware, and they they have an awareness of the situation, and they're like, well, fuck, now what? And then
Might as well just kill myself.
yeah, then, well, not to spoil
No,
it.
it's already spoiled in the trailers. What happens
Yeah.
is they keep dying over and over like Groundhog's Day.
Yep.
But every time they die, they
They-
transform more into these beasts
These
called Wendigos
creatures
from the
yeah.
game.
Yep.
And that was the only tie-in is the actor who's the psychologist.
Yes.
He's in the game and he's in this, and it's
Yep.
like he's like the same fucking character. And I can't stand his shitty broken English. I just couldn't.
I don't know where he's from.
I don't know what
remember
his fucking
name.
dialect or whatever fucking.
Yeah.
But it sucked.
I thought it was.
I didn't like him.
Yeah,
I thought he
you don't
sucked.
even get much screen time with him.
No.
and he's
And I didn't
like
like
the
him in the
central
game either.
villain of
I know.
everything and
He
whatnot.
is.
But like, I don't know. This movie had actually like as much as I was just turning in my seat and just throwing the hat across the room.
I did a lot of pacing
he
because I was
got
so
up.
fucking
We
bored for a
there
lot
was
of
one
it.
other person in the theater. They are way down below us, so like this movie's not making money for sure.
I talked a lot during it.
yeah,
And he kept saying, shh.
Because
Because there's one other person. It's kind of rude, but
yeah, it is.
but I-
like the laughing, we couldn't help it.
I
There
can't
was a
help but
moment where
laugh
I
out
just
loud.
was laughing for like 2 minutes straight. It's like, this isn't happening.
It was crazy.
It's like, come on, movie.
I actually had a
Get your
good time
shit
at a certain
together.
point, but
yeah, exactly. That's what happens.
Objectively, it's a terrible movie.
This is not a piece of art.
I
This
wouldn't
is
say it's
not
terrible.
Even,
It's just not good.
Yeah, I already know what my rating is. I actually, this was not as good as I said originally. I don't know. Are we gonna do ratings right now?
Yeah, I'm at a 4.
Okay, that's what I was
where
gonna
I'm
say.
at.
I'm at a 4 too.
I don't-
This is not a god awful.
It's not an atrocity of nature,
An
But-
aberration.
but I really didn't enjoy it. It was so there's so many parts that are so long and drawn out
yeah.
that you're like, oh come on, man.
So this is a really jump scare heavy, and
Yes.
some of them are really good, I think.
Turn on the AC. Sorry, viewers.
Sorry if you hear
You said 4?
yeah.
I say 4. We can still talk about it for a second. Lots of jump scares, like you said.
Yeah.
I think,
The sets were great.
atmosphere was good.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the end fucking 30 minutes is so dark.
Yeah, there is a lot of
It's so dark that I was like, I don't even want to
situation.
watch it because it's pitch black and then they got flashlights in your fucking face.
Dude, so the theater, it's pure black in there, and then you're barely seeing shit on screen, and then she'll
It's super
a flashlight in your face.
It's
and
always
you're
a flashlight in your
that's
fucking eyes.
In
And
my
I'm like,
eyes, this flashlight,
It was just annoying.
Yeah, it was.
The
weird.
last half hour was just annoying, kind of. But
Yeah,
but it wrapped it up, and it was like, okay.
It gets intense.
I just remember, I was like, let's just fucking get this done. Come on. So-
either you just shit or get off the pot.
Yeah.
We'll tell you this.
And they didn't. They
No.
didn't get off the pot, and they didn't shit.
And they didn't. It was just a false alarm. Farts.
It was. And you're just sitting there and you're just like, oh, come on.
Push
Let's
something
go.
out.
Push. Or something. Do something.
Drop an O-ring.
Do something. Get it over with.
All right. Well,
It felt like a really fucking long movie to me. It felt way longer than an hour 40.
It felt like about 2:10 for minutes.
Yeah.
That was too long.
All right. Spoilers.
Yeah.
We're in spoilers now.
So, this movie has some. Okay, so about the movie, when you first start out, they're in this fucking. They're bitching at each other in the car, and I'm like, okay, that feels like. There's tension between them all. They're all fighting with each other, and because they're like, "Do we get out of the rain?" and all that. And then they
also expositioning.
Exactly, it's all wrapped in there, and whatever.
It's so annoying.
But they walk through this. They drive out of this storm. Suddenly, it's not raining where they're at, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
Hold on, real quick. There's Clover, which super cute and a great actress.
Yeah.
Then there's Megan, the psychic.
Asian chick.
Name anyone else's names. There's 5 main characters.
Who's the douchebag that he dated?
What's his name?
I'm asking
Exactly.
you.
What's his name?
I don't know.
What's the main character who's in love with Clover? What's his name?
I don't know. Don't do this to me.
I don't know either. I'm not the answer
This
man.
happens
I don't
a lot,
fucking
though,
know.
in a lot of movies where I don't remember fucking.
Here's the thing: the whole movie, they're like Clover.
Yeah, they say her
Clover,
name a million
Clover.
times, so you know her.
Clove for sure is short for Clover. But
I know her sister's name because she. Oh,
Melanie.
Yeah.
Is her sister's name.
Yeah. So there's
Because
Megan, Chloe, and
the
Melanie.
whole movie they're trying to find Melanie who went missing.
Yep. In the area, and so it's this whole.
And then it's Clover's sister. And then there's this fucking psychic girl, Megan, who's like, hold hands and I'm sitting.
Breathe.
And her finger's like a divining rod.
It's super
She's like,
funny. Yeah. Right there.
And then they look in there and they find a map of the.
Oh, cool.
I was like,
I love how she's like, everybody hold hands now in a circle, right?
in the middle of the road.
In the middle of the road, right?
And then a big RV
But
comes.
then you see in her, she's not holding her fingers.
She's holding her finger up. Everyone hold hands.
She's like, we have to hold hands. But she's the
And
one
she's
going
holding
like
one
this.
person's
You can
hand.
just see it on frame.
Yep.
It's just her little index finger poking up, and you're like, you're not holding. Who's holding your hand?
And they go in the middle of the road to hold hands,
Yeah.
and then the RV's like,
Out of the way.
to jump scare you out
Because
of
they
it.
didn't see that creeping down the fucking road. I know they
giant-
got their eyes closed.
It's a
but
giant
it's one of
fucking
those-
RV,
it's
too.
one of those movies, guys.
Yeah, it was really stupid.
But anyway, so they
Here's the
drive
thing.
out of the rain.
This movie is gory as
Yes,
fuck, too.
It is. It's
Dude, you
it's
see someone's head get
monstrous.
smashed with a sledgehammer, and it explodes,
It shows it.
and it stays on it.
Oh,
for like
it's
3
not
4
oh,
seconds.
Blink. No, it's like
Yeah.
1001, 1000, and you're just watching it ooze and and you're like, oh,
Watch it explode.
that
He's
looks
like laying down, and they
that
go
looks like
bam.
brains and head
looks-
guts. Like, ooh.
The gore was really good. I
was.
don't really typically like gore, but
Yeah.
it was done well.
So anyway, they come out of the rain. I thought that was a cool concept, where there's a pocket around, or like they drove through that the storm isn't even around
Right.
them, and that kind of gives you an idea
But
that they're in another world or something.
Do you think that if she wouldn't have signed the book,
I thought about
they
that.
could have left?
Yeah, possibly.
They sign the book and then they get trapped in this death loop.
So they're in this like visitors center,
A welcome center.
a welcome center for a town that collapsed into a mine. and
1,100 people were lost.
are all dead and stuff. So like there's like I think it's like there's major psychic trauma there, and so like it's a vortex of like whatever and like whatever. So the plot is that's the plot. The scientist,
there's this doctor guy, psychiatrist guy who's like
he like lives there
and he lures people and they all go missing and blah blah blah.
Yeah, and it's this whole death loop. But yeah, like so it's weird. They're like trapped. They die like the first time from
that masked killer.
Yeah, and it's like essentially all the things that are killing them are different every night. Because there's elements of Chloe's
it's all coming out
fear.
of Clover's psyche or whatever.
Yeah, so there are like elements of her fears.
It's everything that she's afraid of is coming out and killing her and all her friends.
Yeah, and that's a cool concept too. Like I don't know.
It was.
Yeah, but I don't know. The doctor at that one point, he's like, the water. That's a good one. That's like a rare one.
Oh yeah.
Because what happens is
stupid.
There's this scene in the bathroom.
That's some laugh out loud shit.
I was like, that's when I knew I sort of had took a shine to the movie. I was like,
a little bit.
You are funny. Now we're laughing.
It did a little bit better.
It did. It like
so. They all they're thirsty. They're parched.
They're all like, we're gonna barricade in the house and just not deal with these things for this round of our lives.
And earlier, the couple nights before that, they find that the water doesn't work. But today, he turns on the water. He's like, oh, water, fresh water.
We're all thirsty. Oh shit, yeah. And
that's part of the thing.
Oh man.
The more times they die, the more they turn into these.
Yeah, they start losing their hair and like they get like
problem
teeth in weird spots and spines on their backs.
Because they're there for 13 nights total. And they don't get to drink water or eat.
No.
So they're like slowly getting super hungry and parched.
Yes.
So they go to drink water like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
And it turns out that drinking water makes you fucking explode into guts everywhere.
Explode. And every time it happens, there's like 50 cameras on you getting every action.
Kaboom!
It is so miraculous. It is so disgusting.
But it shows everyone blow up.
Multiple times.
That one Asian girl, her leg blows off, her stomach blows up, and this thing blows up.
She gets all pregnant and then like lays on it, and then she's laying on her belly and you can just see out from under, and she's still like, oh my God. It's
really graphic.
Gory, and it looks good. It's not cheesy gory.
It's not fake ass shit. Yeah,
it is visceral and very like
when the dude gets stabbed right through the fucking eyeball.
Oh,
it was graphic. It was crazy. It was really graphic.
It was super nuts, man. What a fucking weird.
It's super weird
movie.
Spoilers. We're in spoilers.
Yeah.
They all survive because friends stick together.
There's repeatedly these elements of decision making where they're like, well, we lost somebody. Somebody's dead, and
so we all need to die so we can try again.
Yeah. So then they take like at a certain point they have to kill each other and shit. And there's like
they were framing the psych major. They were framing him as being the douchebag, right?
But he's the most smart one out of all.
Yeah, but he's like, oh, we should just fucking leave him. One of us gotta die.
Yeah.
The doctor said one of us gotta die no matter what.
Yeah.
But you're like, and then you fucking asshole, and then she kills him.
She like mortally wounded him and then stood by his side and held
girlfriend
his hand while he bled to death.
She's like, you fucking asshole, we're not leaving so-and-so behind.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I don't know, man, because like this, and then she's like, whammo.
This is why we're not.
With a pickaxe into his back, into his stomach.
Right through him, like, first of all, those things
that's her boyfriend.
Yeah, of 3 months.
And then she sits there and like hangs out with him while he slowly dies.
And they're waiting for other people to do whatever they do. And then one of the monsters shows up and she's like, kill him first.
No, she said I'm first.
Oh, yeah, okay. But he
kills the guy first.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
so
whatever.
How they dispatched the fucking final boss, the guy, Dr. Hill.
I thought it was...
He's monologuing, of course. He's monologuing for like 5 fucking minutes.
Hidden base bunker.
Where he's got all the cameras.
Where he's been monitoring everything. That's his office.
And there's a drip.
Like that guy wouldn't fucking...
And she grabs his cup and she goes...
Which is sitting on the desk and she moves it over while he's monologuing and looking off.
3 drops drop into it and she slides it back. And then she's like...
Yeah, and then he drinks. Where is he getting his water from?
I don't know. It's clearly coffee.
It's coffee, but like, you need water to make it.
In this universe, water makes you explode.
You blow the fuck up. It's not just like a...
It's horrific.
So crazy,
It was so shocking when it happened at first. I was like, what?
My face went...
I was like,
took a page right out of Abigail, man.
Yeah.
Totally. We kept
you know how like they say,
it.
Samson's did it. Samson's did it.
Yeah.
Well, Abigail did it. I think
Abigail
better,
did it.
to be honest.
No, well, it's more comical when Abigail does it because
they're
just
coated in
liquid.
it.
Yes.
When,
and
in
they're
this
sliding
one,
around.
They got a little bit of fucking
Yeah.
blood specks.
Yeah.
But anyway, enough about that. He blows the fuck up.
Right in front of her. She's
Here's
like, okay, we're going to get, I'm going to step back. And then he gets close and she's like, get away from me. And then,
Yeah, because I don't want your fucking guts all over my face.
Gore.
I was going to say, one thing I didn't like, okay, the Wendigos looked cool at times.
They did.
Because everyone who's ever went missing in this fucking
They turn
guy's
into
experiment,
these things, yeah.
after 13 days, they turn into Wendigos. So there's a fuck ton of these things.
Yes.
And I didn't think they looked good. Sometimes they did.
Yeah.
But for them, it's that stupid thing. It's the horror thing horror monsters were like, you're just waiting. Like, there's so much waiting for these things to not see you. And then like, you're like,
there's a Frodo, there's a, yeah.
And they're like
scuttling around.
And they look stupid. It's what it is, it's fucking major overacting.
Oh yeah, where they're like,
yeah, like just it just looks dumb.
Yeah.
It's cool when you only see their face come out of a door,
right?
Or something like
and
that.
happens a few times where you're like, that was good.
That
was
looks
a
cool.
Great jump scare.
Yeah.
You got me on
but
that
when
one.
you see
Didn't
them,
even expect
when
it.
you see them like running after him, and they're like,
you see their full bodies.
They look so dumb. It's so overacting. It sucks.
And on the same point, when you get like the axe murderer guy with the mask, and he's just like looking around the house. There's a moment where he's standing in front of a closet and he's just like, we know there's a person in there.
It's so horrible.
And it goes on and then it cuts to somebody else like,
and she tries to grab this knife and it makes a little sound that goes, and then it shows the back of his head. It's just the back of his neck and his head, and he goes,
but it doesn't like, he doesn't turn around or anything. And it's just because he's so fixated on the fucking it's like everything about it, he's looking at
so hard.
He's just
all
lost his shit.
All those points that happen like that, even the Wendigo's like,
yeah. It's just like, oh my fucking God.
I couldn't stop laughing because it's so dumb.
It's bad.
It's so
it's
tropey,
overacting.
cliche.
Yeah. It's just like, wait it out, build up the tension for way too long.
The overacting is absurd.
Yeah.
In those parts.
I love the scene where they're out in the fucking woods and he finds douchebag number one finds Chloe in the Clover in the bear trap.
No, dude. So she can't do it. She gets in a bear trap.
What? Okay. What happened? It drags her into the thing, and then she comes
screams
out.
There's a Wendigo in this bushes.
Like bushes that or like a cave or something. I don't know what it was.
She steps in a bear trap that has a chain, and you're like, oh no. And
she's like,
and it starts pulling her into the darkness.
Yeah.
And you hear her go,
and I'm like, oh, okay, she's dead.
I just assume she's dead.
And then a scene, like couple scenes, and then it cuts back to her, and she's crawling out of there.
No, yeah, she's already well out of there.
Yeah.
At the end of the chain.
Yeah.
So she's already went another 40 feet back out of the hole.
Back out of it.
And she's got some scratches.
Yeah, like what? So what happened? Like that completely threw me
and then
way the fuck off.
Her ex-boyfriend shows up like, oh, let's get you out of it.
And he goes to take it off, and then he slips, and it snaps back, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry. It's just like, you're like, you fucking...
But then the Wendigo that drew her in
out of the
came running, and it's her sister.
Yeah, it is.
Clearly, because it's the same dress that she left in or whatever. Yep. And comes running up, and he... Okay, finally, and now I have the strength. Takes it out.
Yeah.
Snaps it on her fucking head.
And boom! And she's like, and then she's trying to chase him and boing with the
like
chain.
A dog on a lead.
Oh, man,
like a dog on a lead.
So
it's like she's running and doink.
I was like,
it was so dumb.
Oh man, it was so. It's so good. Like it's a good, healthy dumb, right? That's why I didn't give it like a 2. I just because it became a comedy again, just like Abigail. It flipped a switch, and I was like, this is. It's.
I don't think it's even close to as good as Abigail.
Well, no, it's not.
Clearly,
no.
With my rating of a 4, but
yeah, we gave that movie like a 9.
I gave it
That's
a 9.
A fucking epic movie.
Yeah, it was great.
Wow. But yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what else. If there's anything more to really talk about.
I just love when he's the dude's in the bathroom and he's right before he blows up and he's like, he has this mucus.
But it's bloody mucus.
And he's like,
he tries to hide
he
it.
doesn't want to show anyone.
He's like, in his hand. It looks down, and it shows it. It's like, oh, that's gross. And he's
he got up and started pacing. I'm like, yeah, don't throw up.
and then he just like tries to hide it by smearing it on the shower curtain.
He's got this look like
you'll never catch me. It's so dumb. And then 5 seconds later, he explodes in a chunk.
Are you all right, man? No, and they're just covered. And then the next person next to and it's just
because they all drank.
There was a sequence that I kind of thought was smart in terms of editing and building the story, where like one of the characters has been like they're starting to lose their memories, and he's been taking
filming it
on his phone.
Yeah, but they fucked that up.
They did.
No, they fucked it up by making it glitchy.
Yeah.
Like, come on, I wanted to see all that shit.
Well, you saw some of it.
Like half of it was like glitched out.
It really was. I don't know what effect they were
Why would
going to
they
make
do
it look
that?
like, but anyway, it
iPhone.
speeds up all the days that they can't remember,
Yeah.
and it shows like all these quick short scenes, and I thought that was cool because it's like really cutting the fat out of like a bunch of deaths and a bunch of like scary shit.
You only
You're
get
just, like next video, and they're like
you
playing
literally
it for, like,
only get
20
to see
seconds.
4 days of this.
Yeah, full days.
But they say that they've been there for 13. So then it recaps you of like
like what's going on? How did we die this time? And all this shit, and you start to and there's freaky shit. Her face,
that worm thing in her face, and fucking
that was creepy.
That was pretty gross.
Yeah, I think the old lady in the house across the street.
Yeah, the scene was okay.
Yeah, I thought that it was just like, oh man, that's just freaks me out.
Forced the fucking oxygen mask on her, and then her eyes turned black. And
it was just like,
I don't know.
That was like one of the first major deaths. But
there's a lot of good imagery.
There is,
but I don't think it's cohesive enough to.
It's not.
I don't know.
There's severe
and it's
lack
just,
of like.
It's like 90% jump scare.
Yeah,
and. That's shit popping out at you.
There's a lot of chasing.
Oh my god! How many times? How many fucking times is it like this? No, it's like, what's that sound? I'll check it out.
No, you guys stay here.
I'll check it out. And then he walks up and gets murdered.
It's always the tough guys too, or the two guys.
There's 2 guys.
Yeah, and they're the ones that are always like, "Don't move. I'll be right back."
Hold
and
on, am I missing someone? There's the 2 guys.
3 girls and 2 guys.
3 girls?
Yeah.
Who's the 3rd girl?
The chick, the 3-month dates guys for 3 months.
Oh, I forgot about her. Yeah, she's so bland. She's so fucking bland to me.
Actually, at first, I hated her probably the most.
I did too.
Out of all of them.
Because she was the main expositioner.
Yeah, but then like I started to be like, her acting just went through the roof. I was like,
halfway through.
Yeah, I don't know what happened when it was. Yeah, but like I was like, okay, I actually like you, and you're making sound decisions, and finally, you're not the
first half of the movie. They're all dumb.
Yeah, it's really terrible.
Fucking stupid.
It's so fucking bad. If you guys ever do watch this, like just push through it. There is some rewards. I will say, I'm glad that I watched it.
I am too, just because some of the imagery is really cool.
Fun. It was a fun movie to watch. It's a terrible movie, but
here's the thing: it's fun at times, and it's scary and imagery at times.
It is,
but it's so fucking boring.
Yeah.
For like 3/4 of it.
Yeah,
that's why it's so low. Because I was fucking pacing, and I was just like sitting in the chair, like, "Oh, dude, let's go! Do something! Something has to happen."
It's true.
So that's why it's tanked, because it really is a really fucking boring movie overall.
They just linger on these suspense shots for too long. You could cut all of them in half.
It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Have a flashlight. So like, I just looked there.
By the way, this is a flashlight.
I just looked there. I look over here.
Oh no! Shit! It's there.
Yeah. Had to be 10 times.
Repeatedly.
Had to be 10
but
times.
But they kept disguising that same premise with other things. Like, we just looked there, and then, and open the door. Oh! Or whatever. It's just a different... It's fucking the same.
Yeah.
Like, is that all that a jump scare can actually be, though?
It's like, look up.
That's really what it is, right? You know there's nothing there, but you know that when you look...
I knew every single time it happened.
Totally.
Because they set up the shot exactly the fucking same
like
every time.
The music does the ramping up. Oh, there's nothing there, and then it gets quiet. And then you're like, and then crank up the volume. All right, well, enough of this shit.
We have such a long pre-intro.
Sorry, guys,
from not getting to see it yesterday.
Yeah.
That we should probably wrap this up.
All right. Well, 4
4.
I'd say I think I'm actually happy I saw it.
It's fine.
I am. I think that for a horror
I got
movie,
something out of it, but it was so fucking boring.
It had some good shit.
It had charm.
It did. It was kind of it grew on me, and the characters sort of. I hate the main boyfriend dude.
He sucks. He sucks, dude.
He's like the wet blanket in the room that everyone has.
He just sucks. His delivery sucks. Just everything.
He's written terribly.
Every time he talks, it's like, oh, fuck this guy.
He's supposed to be the morally, like, the Rock.
Clover,
yeah, like, we can't leave anyone behind, and blah, 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 and it just gets everyone
He literally,
killed
it's the
every
girl
time.
he loves, and he slits her throat.
He does, right after he drinks some water from the fucking dripping, and then he
That was
runs
dumb.
out to...
He's like, hey, Wendigo, bitch! Fuck you!
Boom! Right? It's like, it'd be cool if you grabbed her and then they both blew up or something, but we don't know how that works. It's all in her head, so I don't know.
Well,
No.
we'll let you go.
Yeah, we gotta let you go.
We're
This
just
is way too long.
Talking heads is what they say.
All right, guys.
So.
Well, thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, bang the bell. Leave a comment if you've seen this. If you think it's
worth the watch. It's just not good.
Yeah, don't get your hopes up. But yeah,
Bring your girlfriend.
I think it's
she'll grab your arm a couple times.
Yeah, it's true. She
That's
will.
it.
You might grab her arm.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. So anyway,
I don't know.
All right, guys. Peace out.
See yous.